Welcome back to Maryland, the home of the Collegiate Rugby Championships National Sevens here for 2025. We are about to start handing out the hardware. Tim Wilkes joined by John. We had a fantastic game leading up to this. So John, coming into this one, a couple of tough teams, not quite the way they were looking for, but Broker should have a great, fantastic match between Harvard and Delaware on our hands.
We certainly should. Don't know if these teams have seen each other too much, really, and played against one another. The Blue Hens playing different division down there in the Mid-Atlantic. So we're ready to get this underway. Crimson, interesting, coached by Colton Carriaga. Blue Hens, a good setup. We'll see how this goes.
John Broker taking you through the action here. Off we go as Erasmus gets us moved. This one knocked on into the kick. We'll have our first scrum of the match and see how the boys in Harvard, the Crimson, can handle the scrums here inside.
Colton Carriaga, a good coach. Harvard, the alumni, putting some resources into this team. They always have, but it may do a little more, so this will be big for them.
Set.
Delaware versus Harvard here, this Premier Shield final.
Out the back they come through Hamana. Trying to streak this one down the right-hand side into the hands of Cohane. 4 tries on the tournament so far. He leads the team. This time brought down high, says our referee. Quick tap coming. Erasmus again gets things moving. Big skip pass over the top. The wind starting to play effect. 15-mile-an-hour gust from left to right. That one blew it right into the Blue Hens' lap. Now they look to charge. Over the midfield stripe they come out to the left-hand side. Into the hands.
No hands, right.
Now for Delaware of O'Donnell. Takes it in, pick and go. Finds the offload. Continue to streak down the sideline. Back and forth they come. Great work, Nicholas Urso. Number 10, a couple of phases with that one, and now they look to keep things moving. Urso out to the right-hand side. Just dive this one through. Over the 22-meter line they come. Now again, far side, McGraw. 2 tries on the day or on the weekend for him. He dots it down and takes it in. Big time work, Justin McGraw, the junior English education major, dots it down. 3 tries on the tournament as he leads this Blue squad.
Good work there from Delaware to move that ball back and forth across the field. We're able to stretch that Harvard defense. You see the end here, ball goes out from Froden into the hands of McGraw that we were talking about. McGraw just gets around, puts a hand into one of the Harvard players, able to kind of scoot through. Not the prettiest of dives. It's a 5 points nonetheless, so he'll be happy with that.
McGraw puts it up aboard. The number 7 seed out of 8 in their quarter of the bracket. Trying to make their way through a couple of losses yesterday before beating Nazareth in their 3rd and final match of the day, and then a 22-17 victory over Loyola, Maryland earlier today.
Time is on.
Set up here, back ready to go again. Again, this Delaware squad, just one person with multiple tries, and that was McGraw. Everybody else, we've got 9 other guys with 1 try. They spread the ball around equally, and they're able to take this one off of the kick at the 22-meter line. They look to charge again. Great double tackle, sends McGraw back this time, and finally into touch. The referee, maybe a quick word with the AR.
Referee and assistant referee conferring here.
With no force. Low force. No. Yellow card. 14, is that what you said? Okay, so you're leading with the elbow.
Yes, sir.
Coming in, you made contact with the face. It's low degree of danger. You're going to have to still take 2 minutes. Okay?
Off the field for 2 minutes goes Justin McGraw. That's going to be a tough one, Tim. We'll take a look at it here. You see, not really malicious, but make contact with the head. So that calls it right there. So 2 minutes with an extra player for the Crimson.
It's a great spot from the AR there. As we've got some of the best referees from the entire country here representing NCR, National Collegiate Rugby, here at the CRCs. Delaware pushing hard on the defensive end, end up throwing them over, though. Off their feet they go, and so a penalty back for Harvard. And the Crimson again trying to make that skip pass. Wind really starting to play with it, but they take it over the midfield stripe. one to beat right through the defense. They go, but they lost it forward. Out of bounds it goes. The first real burst from Harvard there, John, but ends up in touch back with Delaware.
Saw that ball get caught up on the wind there on the Harvard Crimson. This is going right through the rest of the chip games for the rest of the day to deal with that wind as they go. You can see the assist flag there, certainly showing you blowing.
74 degrees out here, so a nice comfortable afternoon in Maryland. But that breeze definitely starting to move the ball around a little bit more. We'll see if Harvard maybe uses the boot to their advantage some here in the first half. Nice quick tap back, but I believe they did not go the required 5 meters, so it'll be a free kick back for Harvard.
That's what it appears to be. Referee did not see that one go the entire distance.
Yeah, just looking for where that ball is caught. You see that dashed 5 meter line close to the sidelines. Got to make sure you catch it behind there. They didn't. Now the turnover, and Harvard looks to make them pay. Down the right-hand side they come. Calhoun gets it off. Just a couple of meters out now. Calhoun back with it again. Off to the left-hand side. They've got numbers out there. Beautiful skip pass. Finds its target this time. And they dot it down with authority. And the Crimson are up back on the board. 5-5 your score.
Crimson, great job there. Just pulled all the blue players to one side of the field. Easy couple of passes to get the ball out there. Didn't have to go too far. Try awarded to the Harvard Crimson. Well done to tie this one up.
Blue, can I just have you outside the 22 for the kick?
Team's looking potent so far as we take a look, John.
Red, you have
Yeah,
seven.
nice wide pass there, even in the wind.
You're over
No
here.
problem for this Harvard player. Touches one down. Well done to them. And that's what you get. You know, make a big, powerful runners in there. Just condense that defense. It's going to work well. And the kick is good. So they take the lead.
7-5 with it. You mentioned it. There's that gas. Finds its target. They learned their lesson on a couple of deep passes. A little bit forward of target, but this time pinpoint accuracy gets them the try and 2-point lead. We are under 1 minute left to play in the first half of action here in this Shield final, the Premier Division.
Oh, just kidding. Ready? Time is on.
Erasmus gets us ready to go again. Time back on. 30 seconds to a minute left here in the first half. Kick almost finds an opening, but nice take there from behind by Urso, and he bursts through. Caught from behind. Gives him a little wiggle out to the right-hand side. Offload, hits the hands and knocks forward. Could not complete the pass there to Luke Love. Turnover back to Delaware, who will have one final opportunity to see if they can retake the lead.
Guys, Mark is here.
Yeah, tough luck there. Urso put out the pass, and Luke Love just couldn't quite handle it. Maybe it was that little bit of win there. Referee saying it's the last play of the half. We'll see if the Crimson can capitalize.
Sit.
Yeah, for Harvard, yesterday a couple losses to Notre Dame, Texas A&M, but then a victory over Babson and a win today over Fordham, 12-7. Have them here in the Shield final, looking to take home hardware at the CRCs. Out to the left-hand side they go. Options either side. Into contact, they take it. Now back out to the left-hand side. Erasmus, the weak side, finds a little bit of a gap. But just stepped on the line, and that will take us to half. Harvard 7, Delaware 5. Return with the second half feud.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
A warm welcome back to Maryland. We are ready to get the second half of this men's Premier Shield final underway. Harvard with the 2-point lead, and the Blue Hens will get this one restarted deep into the crimson end of the pitch. Finally recovered just 10 meters out, but led astray right into touch. And Delaware looks to take it quick, but they're already on the line, are the Crimson, so we'll come back to the line out.
Yeah, referee to bring it back there. It looked like player there from Harvard, Christian Kahane, just had a little mistake, didn't realize he was as close to touch as he was, tried to put the ball back in. But it's going to be a Blue Hen line here. They can retake the lead just 30 seconds in. Great opportunity for them.
And Kuhane already with one try. He is their leading scorer. 4 coming into this match. As we take a second look, just knew he had it. They're out of bounds. Now the maul is formed. Driving maul, not something you see much in the sevens game. Ripped out of there, and now into contact they go. Lawrence tries to take this one in, dishes it off to the left-hand side. Another pick and go over the line, but can he dot it down? No, says the referee. Dean Lawrence stretches over but couldn't take it. We'll come back to the offsides in the maul. So a penalty back 10, one more opportunity for Delaware.
Space open up over here for Delaware if they can go. They're going to slow this one down just a little bit. Give it to Schultz.
Jack takes his time here. Schultz with the quick tap. Fake out to the left-hand side, come back to the right. Schultz looking for the line, smashes through the final defender and dots it down. Big-time try for Jack Schultz, the freshman. Undecided, his major out of Hartford, Pennsylvania, dots it down and takes the lead back for the Blue Hens.
Yeah, good work here, Schultz. You see just the move there from Urso, comes back around, gets it back to Schultz. Schultz able to just scurry in the corner there, no problem. Great moment for that first-year player in this Shield final, getting 5 points on the board.
Might be undecided on his major, but very decisive with the ball there. Smashes his way in and dots it down, and back and forth we go. John will take another look.
Yeah, back across the Urso, just gets there. That defender just overcommitted across the other way from Harvard, so a little bit of an issue there. And no problem just putting that one into the space in the corner.
Wind continues to push this one left to right. Harvard now with it, down by 3 here in this Shield final, 4 minutes away from crowning a champion here in the Shield bracket. Not exactly the way these teams were hoping things to go over the weekend, a couple early losses, but still an opportunity to take home some hardware. Off the left-hand side, Harvard scoots this one over the 22-meter line, trying to find some space here in the near side. Good cut back in. Aiden Pearl into contact, but right there to pick it off is the Blue Hens. Off to the left. Good job cutting back in through the teeth of the defense. Opposing number 10 trips him up. 5 meters out now for Delaware. Off to the left. Maybe thought they had numbers out there, but a good job cutting back inside. This one trickles back. Dean Lawrence able to hop on top of it. A tussle for it inside the ruck, and the penalty given, not releasing the call against Harvard. They'll be sent back 10. There's the quick tap. They look to score. Over the line and in. Nicholas Urso dots it down. The senior gets it done and extends the lead now 15-7 for Delaware.
Good work by Urso. The whole team from Harvard wasn't back 10 anyway, so it was going to be a challenge, be another penalty. But Urso able to tap it here. You see the players outside the line, just not retreating. And Urso just puts the head down, decides he's had enough. Nick Urso from West Hartford, Connecticut, Conard High School product. Touchdown 5 here at the CRCs.
Beautifully done, just taking that contact, driving the defender into the goal and dotting it down. Great work. It's 2 consecutive tries for Blue Hens, have them on top. Again, they were down by 2 at the half, looking to come away with the victory and get the Shield final here. Another deep kick, third of the half. This one's gonna trickle all the way back out. Didn't look like it was touched, so believe we'll come back to midfield for a free kick.
Yeah, all the way back to the 50-meter line with this one. If they could held it in the wind a little better, the Blue Hens would have worked that well. You can see their tactic. They just want to keep Harvard deep in their end for the next 2 minutes. Right now, Harvard, a good attacking position here.
Look to find some space on the left-hand side.
No.
Erasmus has been the workhorse for him today.
Your tackle assist.
Did not release, did the Blue Hens, so they'll go back 10 with the penalty here. Erasmus back in the action, swings it out to the right-hand side. 2v1 on the outside. We'll just take it into contact. Laszlo Somlé keeps things moving. Big shove from the Blue Hens, but they're able to retain possession. Say again, finds his target. There's some speed here on the near side. Puts the brakes on, gets around. Torres, good job. Back to Erasmus. 25
Erasmus
meters
just
out.
ball.
Swing it again. Back into the hands of Somlé. He's got numbers on the outside. Beautiful little pass, finds its target, needs the return, and he's there for it and dots it down. Great work by Laszlo Somlé, getting back into the action after he put it off to the right-hand side. Dots it down, and Harvard needed that one. 1 minute left to play, and it's a 1-score game.
It is a 1-score game with 1 minute left to play. Even if this conversion doesn't matter all that much, just want to take it quickly and get the ball back in their hands. Somlé able to take that one, touch it down. But it's going to be another opportunity here for the Crimson to win this game. Down 1 or 3.
Get the second ball off of the pitch and get ready to decide your Shield champion. 15 seconds left on the watch, says our referee. They need to strike quickly. This one's knocked on, but contact in the air is going to draw the card, and he will be sent off. Nicholas Torres, unlucky. He will spend the rest of the match in the bin.
And that is going to be the match.
The Blue Hens, John, get it done. 2 tries in the second half is enough to take it.
Certainly is. Good work with the Blue Hens. Well-deserved win there. Just a couple little late mistakes from the Crimson. Good weekend for both teams. Blue Hens should be very proud.
So the Delaware Blue Hens, with those 2 tries in the second half, take the victory, and they are your 2025 Collegiate Rugby Championship Shield victors. We'll step aside. We've got more action coming your way next. Keep it tuned here to the Rugby Network. Welcome back. We are ready to go here for the CRC's time to crown the Premier Bowl champion. As we are just about ready to go, Virginia Tech taking on Fairfield College. I'm Tim Wilkes, joined by Mike Petrie. And Mike, we had a couple of really tough teams here. They worked their way through, had the quick loss yesterday, but they each reeled off 3 straight victories to get here.
And that's what I love about Sevens, Tim. They might have lost and they didn't make their way to the big dance, but they're still alive, they're still fighting, and they're still running.
So Fairfield gonna take this one all the way through and dot it down for the try. The quick effort there comes to fruition, and they're able to take the first 5 points up on the board.
And that was quick as right. How about that? Fairfield strikes first. No sooner than we could even interest the game, Tim. And look at this. A little bit off step. Just gets his defender off balance. Look at that offload. Handed into a support. Excellent stuff. Just a little sidestep. Get his defender off. A little bit of a fend. And then a backhand offload. An oncoming support runner. Well done, Fairfield, in the first strike of the game.
Not an easy thing to do there, off 1 foot with contact, was able to dish it off and give them the advantage. Minute 40 into this one. Virginia Tech, can they respond here? They're able to come away with the restart, but drug all the way inside their own 22. Great tackle there, Gavin O'Hara, getting it done for the Stags. Now a line break. For Virginia Tech, throws this one back, but it bounces right off the chest. That's a knock on. Fairfield back with it. Advantage over. They kick this one through, and the chase is on. Fairfield Stags already up by 7. Need the scoop here. They're able to take it 5 meters out before the pass comes back. There's our try score previously, out to the right-hand side. Discombobulated. They're able to retain possession. But we'll come back, I believe, to a previous knock-on. So good defense for Virginia Tech. Not out of the woods yet. They'll have the scrum 7 meters from their own try line.
Wow, what a scramble that was. Kick ahead by Fairfield. Chase was on. I don't know. I think Fairfield was for a late hit there off the kick. I know that the kicker certainly was, but play on. Ball bounces around in the backfield, and eventually, like you said, Tim, Virginia Tech answers the call on defense and keeps Fairfield out of the try zone. So a big scrum for them a couple meters from their own line.
See what they're able to do with it. Big time pressure from the Stags. They're able to step through one, go across the 5-meter line. Need support to arrive, and it did so just in time. Still inside their own 5-meter line. See if they can get the boot. Again, wind 15 miles an hour left to right, so see if that becomes part of their strategy here. Into contact. Lewis Bickey takes it in, and now a penalty going to be given. Believe not rolling away there. And Virginia Tech, maybe an exit strategy here, Mike.
And a good tackle there by Fairfield, but just not enough to get out and away from the breakdown situation. So penalty against Fairfield. Virginia Tech has a chance here to reset their engines. And like you said, Tim, may have wanted to see them play a territory game, but they're going to get a set-piece strike move going here from this free kick.
Using the boot, not something you see every day in the sevens game. Have to chase that. But right now, they're going to work it back in. This one off the hands. Almost a full interception there from Guinta. 2 tries, almost had his 3rd there. We play on. Just a knock on, not an intentional penalty. And there's a nice little break. Across the game line they come. Still dragging defenders all the way across the midfield stripe. Thought about going left. Now he'll pump fake and give it back to him. There's a little tap, but he's able to recover it. They're going to take this one the distance. Beautiful work, and Virginia Tech with the response they so desperately needed. The diving try, Gavin Lockwood, his 3rd of the tournament.
And a big try for Lockwood and a big moment for Virginia Tech. What an effort that was from them. Look at this, spin the ball wide to the outside channel. Great line from Lockwood, and then lots of green grass in front of him. And here he goes off to his, gives a nice little dive at the end, but just thinks twice of it as he's about to go and says, that looks like it might hurt, so tuck a bit. But style points still there. I give him 9 out of 10 style points.
Tremendous effort. You make a pick like that and take a distance, you can do whatever you want. Think about it later. But the senior from Mount Olive, New Jersey, puts his team back in striking distance, down by 2. Under 2 minutes left to play here in the men's premier bowl final. Hardware on the line. Hokies sending this one high into the Maryland sky. Tapped backwards by the Hokies, the referee says. We play on. Fairfield right at the midfield stripe, looking for some space, trying to go through the teeth of the defense. Good job, nice carry there. Good 15 meters across even after contact. Now they'll swing it out to the right-hand side. A little bit of space out there, through one, looking for an offload, finally finds it, but he hits the deck. Good work there from Guinta, always lurking for those offloads. Again, he is their leading try scorer, him and Nathaniel Ryan. Into contact, now goes the Stags, looking for some space, looking it right now. A little bit of space out there, got a 2v1. Great ball movement, into contact they go. Splits the defense, skirts past one, final one at 22-meter line, and they'll take it the entire way. Gavin O'Hara, the 5'10", 200-pound senior, dots it down and extends the lead now for Fairfield 12.
And O'Hara makes it look here at the end. Some fends, some side steps. He's the one that gets the dirt for Fairfield, but how about I bet every single player on the team touched the ball. What I'm most impressed with, Tim, as I watched this unfold, their accuracy in sync. They were on the money, their balls were spot on, they had flow, they had them to their attack, and then their decision-making in contact. They were looking for support, they were looking for offloads, but they didn't throw them when it wasn't on. They kept possession, went through phases. That was outstanding work from Fairfield.
Beautiful timing, gets them the try. Conversion no good, so we remain 12-7 the score. As Fairfield now should be the final play as they send this one off high. Virginia Tech knocks this one forward, it seems, and Fairfield come right back with it. Good job retaining possession. Support arrived just in time. Now they'll swing it out to the right-hand side. Defense comes up with high pressure. Into contact they come. Little space on the right. They're able to sneak through. Big time fend again over the 22-meter line. Good tackle there. Went for the legs. Smartly done. They're able to retain possession and keep things moving. Through the hands of Guinta. Off to the left. Arnold continues to swing it out to the near side of the pitch. O'Hara, our previous try scorer, takes this one over the 22-meter line, but was brought down illegally so with the high tackle.
Again, great accuracy from Fairfield. They're going to go for a line out. They ask the referee. They have some time. We're over the 7-minute mark here, so we're playing in the bowl final, though. So plenty of time remaining for them to put this one out. They'll have a set-piece strike that they'll set up. But I really love the accuracy that they're showing, the patience they have on attack. They're spinning the ball, using their width, and then when they hit contact, they're looking for offloads, looking for incoming receivers, but they're spinning, they're fending. They are really just throwing everything they have into these collisions, and that's what's giving them the upper hand so far in this one.
So Fairfield here, 10 meters out from the try line. Trying to get the backs. Make sure they're back 10 out there as we also match numbers in and out. Fairfield Stags looking to put an exclamation point on a very good first half. They'll go with driving maul. The shove continues. Guinta pulls this one back. Recycle possession. Right in the center of the pitch. Nice little break. Not pops back up to his feet. Into contact they come. Changing jerseys throughout the tournament, not to the name on 23. We'll try to see if we can get it halftime. Off to the right-hand side, they come through. O'Hara, the try scorer. Continue moving things wide. Nice little return pass. The loop and the score. Dots it down. Great job using the field, the entire field, and dots it down at the edge. Another 5 up on the board for the Stags.
And Fairfield looking as we close in on the end of this first. Take a look at this wrap play out of this. So you'll see he's playing half, gives a pass, wraps around to the out, and check out the stutter step. All it does is set the defender off balance just enough to his shoulders, and then over to the corner. Like you said, Tim, Stretchfield using the width, finding space on the side. Fairfield has been critical so far in this first half.
So we'll step aside. That is halftime. 17-7 your score. We'll come right back with the Premier Bowl final, second half on the way.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready, up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This is going to be a home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that 2, possibly #1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airways very soon.
Welcome back to the CRCs. We are ready for the second half and to crown our bowl final champion here. Silverware on the line, and it's a quick take from Fairfield, already up by 10, ready for more. Gavin O'Hara looking for the double, dots it down, and gives his team another 5 points and a quick strike as we go here, Mike.
5 points in 8 seconds. That's not bad, Tim. That's a great start for Fairfield. And again, I have just mentioned they are looking clinical in this. Look at this take through the air. Jumping across that 10-meter line. I mean, that was just class. That was absolute class from Fairfield. Really well done. Great start to the second half.
They did the same thing in the first, a quick try within the first 60 seconds, and they get another one here. But, Mike, what a great effort there. So often that ball is flirting with that 10-meter line and get a little bit shy with it, but he was able to jump up and take that one and turn on the Jets to take it the distance.
Yeah, you're right. There's so much indecision from both teams about is it going to go 10? Is it going to go 10? But that was commitment. When you go up in the air like that, you are committed. You got your eye on one thing, and that is the ball, and he was only going one direction, and that was forward.
So this one hits the deck and trickles out into touch. So I don't think the Hokies touched that one, so they will have the line out here. But pinned inside their own end, and Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of possession so far from Virginia Tech.
Now they really have been starved of possession, is right. We've seen a lot of play from Fairfield. It's looked really good. It's earned them 22 points on the scoreboard, but Virginia Tech just really hasn't had a chance to get their engine started.
They did knock that one out into touch, but they're able to steal this one off of the line out. Charged down beautifully by Fairfield. Great job. I think that was Guinta that got his hands on it. No fear of the ball. Got it back and keeps them pinned inside their own 22. They look for some space on the right-hand side. Just have to kick this pass forward. Goes into touch, and that is where Fairfield will have the next line out inside the 22.
Virginia Tech just having some trouble getting out of their own end. You see they wanted to try to find some space behind, maybe play a little bit of territory at least. Put it into space with a kick, make it a foot race, but it gets knocked down. And so Fairfield stays down this end, but an overthrow at the line out.
No favors going their way. They are playing against the wind, about 15-mile-an-hour gusts here in Maryland. A beautiful 70-degree day, but the field is heating up here. That one knocked on, and Virginia Tech coughs it up again. Another turnover. And as we've mentioned here in the second half, only getting about 20, 30 seconds, not enough to really stack things on top of each other. Just that one break was even an interception for the try.
Yeah, you're right. Every possession in the Sevens game matters. You cannot give the ball up that quickly to your opposition, especially when you're trying to fight your way back into a game. So Virginia Tech's got quite a mountain to climb, not a lot of time to do it, and as Fairfield continues to just go forward.
Good stuff by the scrum half all the way around, and then flicks it back to the opposite side. Finds a great effort there from Guinta, but could not take it across. 5 meters out now, into contact again goes Arnold. Support arrives in time. They're able to get this one moving again. Off to the right, nice little setup. Pitches this one up over the top with the skip pass. Guinta stretches and dots it down for the try. Great work there from Christopher Guenta, his 4th of the tournament for the senior finance major.
And Guinta with the go-go gadget arms to get that one outstretched over the try line. He was dragging in a Virginia defender by the ankles, but another backhanded offload. And look at this, get off the bus. It is full. And again, another just steamrolling run. Finds himself back into open space in the far channel. And look at this. Big finish there on the outside. There's that outstretched arm onto the try line. Really well done from Fairfield. They are looking good in this final.
And they have won 3 straight games. A 10-point win over Loyola Maryland, 3-point win over Drury, and then the final victory earlier today, 17-12 over Walsh. But here now, their biggest victory on the weekend so far, 27 points up on the board for the Fairfield Stags as they send this one deep again off the restart. Secured possession nicely this time for Virginia Tech. Mateo Buffy took it into contact, and now they look for space. Center of the pitch here, but not even a crack of an opening there, as they're able to continue to play solid defense. They're coming up hard charging as they try to get it out wide, and then an errant pass backs them up even closer to the try line. They'll just have to touch this one down, go out the back, and so we'll have a 5-meter scrum for the Fairfield Stags.
You're right, Tim. There's no daylight. There are absolutely no leaks in this Fairfield defense. As Virginia Tech, you see the frustration there just mounting for them in this final. They've worked so hard to get here, and they have just run into what looks to be, at this point, an unstoppable force in this Fairfield team. They are determined to really put a stamp on this final and walk away with some hardware.
Yeah, you mentioned the frustration. That was their number 8, their leading try scorer, Mooney, Logan Mooney there. Has not been able to get one down so far here this afternoon. Good job repelling the Stags that time. Look for some space. Not much happening. Nice looping run. Tries to reset the numbers here. To the outside they come. Nice tackle. Got back to his feet, released it, and tried to dot it down, but lost it forward. Will come back for the 5-meter scrum. Unlucky there for the finish.
And again, look at this. Love the spin, love the release. Everything awesome except, oh, look at that. You can see the expression in his face. That was just, he needed some glue on the ends of his fingers to put that one down. But what an effort to spin forward, release the ball quickly, pick it up, and then lunge for that try line. You could just see determination from this Fairfield team.
Shout out to Chris Horan there, number 15 for Virginia Tech. Did not give up, made that final hit that dislodged the ball. And now Fairfield again as the stab kick through. The chase is on, but this one sets up nicely, and the Hokies are able to turn this one back. Vasily looking for some space. Offload back into the center. Again, that door slammed shut so quick, it looked like there might be an opening in the center, but Fairfield working so hard on the defensive end, this time a little too aggressive with the offsides.
Last play, gentlemen, last play.
We are over the 14-minute mark. You hear the referee, final play. Virginia Tech looking to try and get their first try of the second half. Beautifully done out to the right-hand side, and is Logan Mooney looking for his 6th try of the tournament, and frustration turns into a score. Still not happy with it, but an excellent try to give them something to cheer about here for Virginia Tech.
Something to stand tall about for sure. They've worked so hard to get to this final. They earned themselves that last try of the game. You can see Fairfield chasing them all the way through to the end as Mooney just puts this one through. Again, you see the frustration, but have that 2-on-1 draw and pass down the sideline. Virginia Tech can hold their heads high. They ran into a great Fairfield side. Fairfield was clinical start to finish. That was fun to watch, Tim, and that's why I love 7.
Great to have you with us, Mike. An excellent try there for the senior. His final 7th try of his career as Mooney dots it down, but not enough in the tank. And the Fairfield Stags are your 2025 Bowl champions. They take home the hardware, and And we've still got more to dish out, so don't go anywhere. Plenty of rugby on the docket when we return.
All right, we continue on. Some more hardware to hand out. Ben Holden with you. Mike Petrie stays along. Mike, you and I got the next two. And we'll see Clemson and Kutztown here in the Premier Plate Final. Kick there from Kutztown and Clemson in the white kits. Both these clubs playing for a little bit of hardware. Be nice to see them put on a good show here in what will be their final match here of the day. Clemson working deep in their own territory, and they mishandle it there.
And that's a tough start for Clemson. You can see the frustration from their reaction to that drop pass, because this sets up Kutztown now, 5-meter scrum just about. Just so close to that Clemson try line. This is not where you want to be with your backs up against your own goal line. They've got to hold strong here on defense. Kutztown's a really good set-piece team. Let's see if they can knock this one in.
Little crisscross there, and right on cue, Mike Petrie. They indeed knock it in. That one to ground, and that's perfect execution. Aiden Smith doing it and finishing it off.
And what a finish that time from Smith. Just one-on-one, but it starts up front. That was a fantastic scrum from Kutztown. Set a really good platform, and we've seen them do this. Look, the ball comes out, but they do a great job of just turning that scrum to the left-hand side. And what that does, they get that left wheel on. That takes all three Clemson defenders out of the picture, and now you go one-on-one. There we go. That's exactly what you're trying to set up. Little step, little fend. Just enough to put the defender off balance, and what a finish from Smith.
The pride of Trumbull, Connecticut, putting one down there. A terrific start for Kutztown here with the plate on the line. It's a good-looking kit. Clemson will get it back here 2 minutes into this Premier Plate final. Or will they? Kutztown trying to get it, but they knocked it on.
Kutztown goes heavy after the kickoff, trying to just keep the momentum on. You can see here going up in the air. Nice kick. Great accuracy, putting it just over that 10-meter line, and then whoa, just beyond the reach as he lunges forward to bring that one in. But Clemson trying to get their engine started here, haven't had much possession, and even here just tough to get it out of the back of that scrum.
Struggling a bit here to start, but they get it free and get it back. Ben Thompson played it out. It's a penalty call going the way of Kutztown.
And another knock on that time, Ben, against Clemson. So two unforced handling errors from them, and both of them happening in their own 22, setting up Kutztown for another opportunity here. We saw how well they executed the last time around just a minute or so ago off the last scrum. So let's see if they can have some more magic happen here at the back of this one.
Chris Cleland has it in his hands, looking for some help, looking for a little direction, some pace coming. Patiently carrying here with it. Benedict Quinn. Pulled out by Aiden Smith, who just had that try, and here they go again. Not right out of it, but it leads to another try for him, and it's Alexander Richard putting it down.
And that was a great line from Richard and great patience from Kutztown. They held the ball in the middle of the field a little bit. What that does, take a look at this. They come out quickly out of this breakdown. So it's a quick cycle ball, and then watch Clemson shoot up a line, and then you'll see a maroon and black jersey just come into your picture frame there. What Clemson did was they came up quick, too aggressive, and so that little bit of joint in their defensive line, Kutz reads it like a book, gets him behind. Great line from Kutztown that time.
Looking sharp here in their final match here in the tournament. Day 2 on the men's side. It'll all culminate tomorrow. Women will close things out. Clemson will try this again here. Kutztown in there on the challenge. Richard got a hand on it. They get the ball back again.
No, he never on
Does
the ball.
Kutztown. Aggressive on those kicks, and right now they're being rewarded with it. Up a dozen here, and on the attack again with speed coming. Quinn to ground.
Advantage here.
Advantage here for Kutztown.
We call it intentional? No, just a knock on. And a knock on the tackle.
No card, just a knock on is called.
Tough call against Clemson that time with a knock-on in the tackle as the defense player lunged forward to jar that ball loose, and in doing so, gets a knock-on called against them. So Kutztown now, another opportunity here at set piece, and Clemson really just continues to be starved of possession and not have any opportunity offensively to get anything going, and there it is, reaches forward. And you would think, in theory, Ben, that it's a great tackle, knocks the ball loose, right, forces a fumble, if you will, but instead, because the arm swings forward, you're getting called for a knock-on in that situation, so it goes against you.
Cole Frank, the one that was guilty there. Here's Kutztown once again from this scrum. Seen how good they've been out of set piece. This time, though, they mishandle it, turned over. Tigers have it. Van Rooyen able to pick it up. Final minute here of the first half. 12-point lead for Kutztown. They're set. Nowhere to go for Clemson. Now just 5 away from their own line. Call there against Kutztown, and Clemson quickly restarting. But discombobulated again, and this one bounces into touch.
And another unforced error that time. They get the penalty that they've needed to try to get some momentum. They quick tap. They find some space upfield. The pass just doesn't find its intended target. So a couple of knock-ons for Clemson. A couple of miscues in terms of your passing and synergy there. But remember, Ben, this is the second day, so your end of the tournament here. These guys have been through an absolute gauntlet over the past 2 days. They're tired. They're banged up. And look at this, Kutztown, though, showing no signs of wear and tear as they slice and dice.
Well, Henry Thomas reaches for the head, looks fine on that run, but went down a little hard there, but he gets it down for another 5 here for Kutztown. Slow it up.
Yeah, it looks like he went into the boards there, if you will. Give you a hockey reference, Ben. Just flies into those back fence. So it comes up a little bit slow, but again, just a little bit of enough of a sidestep to just put defenders off balance and finds a seam. There he goes. Speaking of off balance, too much momentum, straight into the fence. That doesn't feel nice, I bet.
No good. We're half.
No, the initial shot, though, right on the ground, and that's the halftime break. It's all Kutztown here in this Premier Division plate final, playing for some hardware here. They're on top of Clemson big here.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino. Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection.
Fans getting free stuff, T-shirts, all kinds of goodies being handed out. What a turnout they've had here. Day 2 of 3 here in the CRC Sevens National Tournament. We're in the Premier Plate final here. Clemson Tigers down 19 rip here at halftime. With Mike Petrie, my name is Ben Holden. And Kutztown, they have looked dazzling in this match so far.
They really have. They've looked sharp, but I'll tell you what, Clemson Tigers, they are led by USA 7's Eagle and 15's Eagle, Troy Hall, legend of the game here in the United States. Passionate guy. If anybody's got an answer for this with his program, it would be Troy. And you rest assured he's in there talking to them about how important it is to just clean up some of those unforced errors that they had. We saw a couple knock-ons, a couple of passes that didn't find their targets. But if they can get their engines going, we could be in for a great second half here.
See how it all unfolds here. Kutztown with the possession here. Tackle there made to avoid any further pickup, but they take it out of there quickly. Little dummy to the outside, now cutting back in. That's Chris Cleveland with it. Whipped down to the turf, he is. Smith in there on the clean out. Clemson, though, comes up with the pill. William Parrott's got it. So this might be the start for Clemson here you were referring to. They can get it going here. Quickly to ground, went Cole Frank, puts it back. On that far side, 1v2 over there. Not much happening there. Clemson quickly to it. Now back inside of their own 22. Kutztown doing the job defensively here. That's Frank with the carry. Got the ball free into the hands there of Campbell Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen.
And you got the ball.
Clemson pulls it free. Parrott. Out to halfway.
Time. After about 6. 90 seconds or more.
Got a card coming.
I see a yellow card.
And that's on Clemson. And that's Ben Thompson headed to the bin here.
And that's a discipline issue there for Clemson. They had so much momentum, so much energy going forward, and I believe the call is going to be a yellow card or around the neck on the clean-out. So here it is. You can see him there in a headlock. Whoa, what a job from our camera crew. And that's like, look at that, drives him into the ground. Referee has front row seats to that one. Yellow card indeed, and Clemson just more woes for them as they started to finally get some wind in their sails and stopped abruptly from that yellow card.
Yep, 7-on-6 we play here. Kutztown at halfway. They pop one down and over and through, and Clemson will get to it. There's a guilty party. Thompson in the sin bin. Kutztown now with possession here. Clear announcement there from the referee and clear to see. Kutztown will take another one home. That one put down. Nicely done. They get it home, and it's 24-0 now.
And Kutztown now just starting to run away with this one as we hit the 10-minute mark. So still, though, like we say, Ben, all the time, anything can happen in sevens. You can score very quickly in this game. But right now, this is looking like Kutztown is on their way to earning some hardware in this one, as Clemson has not yet had an answer for the Bears.
Conversion, upper left corner there was good. So tack on 2 more here for Kutztown. Looking sharp here in their final match here in the tournament. The Premier Plate Final. The Golden Bears in great shape here. Kick goes 10. They've been really good in that department. They come up with another one there. That's Cameron Thurtell that got up to get it. High on that look to the back into the hands of Toby Gray now, number 6. Pulled free, little goose step there from Quinn. Quinn went back, now goes forward and goes forward plenty, still with it. Looking great. Look at this young man. This is Aiden Smith. Second time he's found his way in to put one down. And the Golden Bears have opened it wide open.
And that was some serious individual effort that time from Aiden Smith for Kutztown. I mean, he had no options in front of him, but look at this. Sidestep, 1 missed tackle. Here comes another one. 2 missed tackle. 3 missed tackle. There's 3 white jerseys, 4. Oh, my gosh, those guys had double shots at him. And he just runs away with this one. Moving that was some fancy footwork there, Ben. Just some real good open running when he got into the open field, opened his stride up, some gallop into space. But the lateral movement that time from Smith, wow, that was good.
Very fleet of foot, and Kutztown, once again, they have made a living on these kicks and taken them away. Call against Clemson there in the offside, and here comes Kutztown again. Pressing the issue, leading 31-0. Got help if they want it. They play, and they use that help right there, and that is another one that is put down. Ben Collison puts it down.
Collison gets another one for Kutztown as Clemson just really scrapping away, though. How about it? Not giving Kutztown anything easy. So nice offload pass into space, but Clemson just chasing through to the end. You got to give them credit for the heart they're showing in this game. They haven't had a whole lot go their way, but one thing's for sure, they've been scrappy, they've been gritty. They've earned their place in this final. They've just run into a very well-drilled Kutztown side.
Yeah, they look in sync, no question about it. Their set piece has been great. I believe they're at 4 kicks they've taken and come away with. Yeah, that didn't go 10, and it went into touch, so Clemson will come out to halfway here in the final 30 seconds here of the Premier Plate Final.
Going back.
Good push here on the defensive side.
Watch your timing.
Tigers looking for something up the middle. Didn't get it. Never materialized. Jacked down with it. He's wrestled down.
Advantage here.
Clemson playing the advantage. And they'll bring it back and reset here.
And Clemson still fighting, still trying to earn themselves some points on the board in this one. You can't help but cheer for them. They've earned it. Oh, he had his runner there, but they're still alive. Good breakdown, move the ball. Let's see if Clemson can get one in on this final play of the game. That would be exciting for Clemson fans.
See if they can avoid the shutout. 38-0 is the count right now. From halfway, they play it back. Play it back deep now. Going into what they want. Offloaded their back. Got some help there if they want it. Connor Mitchell decided to keep it. Bonus time and then some here, but Clemson here in the final passage of play. Playing on, as you say, Mike. They have kept it going. Here they come now, trying to get around one out there, but Peyton Hayes keeps it, gets inside of the 22. Ball came out. From the ground, they play it back.
Gotta love this fight from Clemson. We are well over the 14-minute mark, and they are still trying to knock this door down to get some points on the board in this final.
Radaball with a carry, and here they go. They're trying to get home here. Can they? Kutztown, though, sends them into touch. And Aiden Smith pushed the player in there, but the ball is played out, and Clemson gets it home. So they keep to it, Mike Petrie, and they pound one in to get the points they wanted.
And how about that offload? Clemson Tigers take a bow at the end of this one. Watch this. Look at this. Fling back inside. This is like the Hail Mary pass. Just throw it in and hope for the best. Look at that. That's highlight reel stuff on the last play of the game. I mean, it's too little, too late, of course. Kutztown, congratulations. They get the victory, but Clemson, what a way to end. The scrap in this team, the heart that they showed to get that one in. Man, that was fun. That was fun, man. That was great.
Connor Mitchell got the try. The conversion is up and good. And Kutztown, the Golden Bears win the Premier Division plate final. A decisive victory against a gritty Clemson team that didn't quit until the final play in this match. We're not done yet. Coming up, we'll have the third place match in the Premier Division, Belmont Abbey and Queens. We'll get that one going when we come back after a short timeout.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set.
Rolling on here, we're in the third place match now in the Premier Division, Belmont Abbey and Queens. Ben Holden, Mike Petrie with you here for this one. And Mike, I believe you've seen both these clubs, right?
Yeah, I've seen them throughout this weekend. They've been outstanding in their own right. We looked at Queens and Wheeling was that game that everyone was looking forward to, but Belmont Abbey has been outstanding in this tournament.
Yeah, I like their club. Had them a couple times yesterday, and Belmont Abbey lost to St. Bonaventure in the semifinal, and Queens, they took one on the chin against Wheeling. And curious to see where they're at, if they can come back and redeem themselves in this match here to go home with that bronze here in the Premier Division. Third place contest underway here, half minute into it. Good pace, good feel to this one so far. Early going, getting free, spinning away there. Hayden Mousley, good player for them. Ball played outside out of the hands there of Thomas Bennett. Another guy on Belmont Abbey that can make some plays. Oh. They are bringing the heat in this one, man. Both sides intense.
Whoa, what a hit that was. And you can sense the frustration. Look at starts here. Look at this power run from Belmont Abbey. Try to swing the ball to the outside. Ball goes out of bounds. The ball comes in quickly off line out, which, to be fair, shouldn't have happened anyway. It was picked up by a spectator on the sideline. So I don't even know what happened here, but oh, what a heavy hit that was.
Yeah, it's got a pretty intense feel. Here we go with the scrum.
Set.
Big push from Belmont Abbey. Queens gets out there on the run. Mishandled, but it did go backwards there. So no harm done. In the hands of Gideon Wessels. Fine player for this Queens Royals club out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Belmont Abbey will get possession here on the knock-on.
Belmont Abbey out of Belmont, North Carolina.
Unlucky error that time from Queens. You can see the wind on the field, I'm sure, playing a role in the fact that we've seen some errant passes and handling errors across some of these games recently, because uncharacteristic for many of these players on the field, but I really think some of these people with the wind at their back, it's just playing mind games with them as far as their passing goes right now.
Yeah, that wind pretty stiff from left to right as you're watching the match here. Belmont Abbey gets in, gets it. Samuel Patch, who had a big day on day one, the carry to ground he goes. Packed in a little tight here, looking for a little bit of help there as a ball carrier. He gets it from the back, another big tackle from Queens. But the call made against Queens, and the quick tap and go now. Short ball, good tackle made there. Flip back. Taking a look left, instead they play it right. Into the hands there of Mousley. Mousley, he is a load to handle, trying to get it down, wrestling for it. He can't. That one clearly held up. Great job by Queens.
Great job by Queens is right. Purple jersey's right on sight. But how about the power from Belmont Abbey, just going north to south, head down, go forward. Falls down towards the grass, but cannot get that ball to the deck. So well done by Queens. But a scrum still nonetheless to Belmont Abbey, so stand up, get to go again.
The put in, the take out of the back. The let it hop. Trying to split through and offload it. Beautiful ball. That's pretty stuff. That one put down. We mentioned him a moment ago. Samuel Patch dotting down another try for Belmont Abbey.
And that was textbook stuff from Belmont Abbey. It's 2-on-2 on the outside, but you split the defenders. Take a look. The ball bounces off the ground. Sidestep, split the D, get your hands free real quick. Offload. That's exactly what you want to do when you're 2-on-2. Couldn't have done it better than that. And that's exactly what you want to see if you're Belmont Abbey. And if you're Queens, you have to try to tie that ball up. If you're going to send two defenders into that collision, that ball cannot come out of that situation.
Excellent ball. The offload from Michael Brennan, 6'3", 190, a senior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. There's both these clubs out of the great state of North Carolina. Belmont Abbey from there and Queens out of Charlotte. 5-0 count. Look at this. Right into the waiting hands there. And taken away. That is Hilton Olivier. What a play. That's timely stuff there, and he puts it down.
And that's just smart play from Olivier. I mean, he timed that so well. Read that one, knew what was happening. Ball went short. Knew they were just going to try to knock it back, and exactly what they do. And take a look at this. Volleyball style, straight back into his hands. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. That is just smart rugby.
The South African does the job. He's on their 15s club as well, versatile player. No good on the kicks. We remained level here at 5 apiece. A spirited bout between these two clubs and two schools from the great state of North Carolina. Patch eyeing it up, but a teammate comes in, and they help out, and they get the take here. Patch playing it back, gets the ball back into the hands there of the support runner. Final minute here of this first half in a 5-5 match. Brennan gets to it. And here are the collisions, man. This is an intense match. Brennan played short. Kind of bunched up here, trying to get a little bit of space. That's Thomas Bennett, the winger, number 12, with a carry. Look out, here goes the big fella once again. That's Hayden Mousley. Good carry there from Pash.
Not rolling away the call there against Queens, but you're right. Belmont Abbey looking very compact and very condensed. Lots of red and black jerseys in our picture, which tells us that they hadn't really gotten any width to their attack, but now they'll choose a set piece here at the penalty spot. So they'll spread this field out. And again, I think what they're going to do, what we really have seen so far from Belmont Abbey, is they are going to test this Queens defense. They're going to spread this out. They're going to try to set them up one-on-one, try to split the defenders, get their hands free, and get an offload in.
Watch out for the man we just showed you there from behind, number 7, Samuel Patch. He's a threat. Queens, though, comes up with the ball. See what they can do. We're in bonus time here in the half. Restart quickly. The penalty call going the way of Queens. Good offload, outside ball. Nobody home, but they'll track it down. Surveying the situation. 2 right there defending. Queens sweeping along. Little flick back there. It went into the hands of Connor Sandberg. Ball's free. Belmont Abbey in there. Not quite
Great
done yet here in the half.
No, great counter ruck that time from Belmont Abbey.
Yeah.
And they will take another set piece. And, man, we are well over regulation time in this first half. So just about 8.5 almost gone by the time the ball comes into play. Belmont Abbey earns himself the right to fight another battle here before the whistle goes for halftime. So we'll see if they've got one more in them to try to get a lead going into half.
Milling, the put in, the take out, the carry from him. Freed from the back, Mousley. The big fella, showing some skills. Work back, now Queens trying to make a run here, but it's gathered in back there by Belmont Abbey. Picked up from the back, it's Bennett. And Queens trying to rip it free. Penalty call, Belmont Abbey not releasing it in time.
And this is the never-ending half of rugby so far in sevens, Ben. We're over 9 minutes into this, and just when you think it's over, penalty comes up, and these teams are going to be relentless. Third place is on the line, and here goes Queens.
That's right, here they come. Some speed, trying to break free and break away, and they do. Jack Rice finishing it off there. That's how you end the half.
That's how you end the half is right, and I'll tell you what, just over 3 minutes gone past the 7-minute mark. Queens had 2 scrums during that time, 2 opportunities to try to make it happen. Queens defense, they held strong, earned themselves some penalties, and then earned themselves this score going into halftime, so this will give them some wind in their sails in that halftime huddle.
The freshman Jack Rice on a Raleigh, North Carolina home state product. Conversion attempt way up on that kick, and that one is good. So a beautiful end of the half for Queens. Rice takes it long distance here in this third place matchup here in the men's Premier Division.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact.
don't adjust the halftime even when one half goes 3 minutes longer in the first half. But that's what we just had here, Mike Petrie, is this continues on here. We're set to begin the second half, and